Once again, we're with St. Louis Community College. We're at the Forest Park campus. I have David Coughran.
Yes.
And you are?
The program coordinator for the Funeral Service Education Program.
You know what's interesting? Before we really get into that, you and I had a conversation on the enrollment that you have in your classes, and it's mostly women now?
Yes. I would say that for our classes, we're running probably 80-90% female.
Why do you think that is?
I think because women have more of those soft skills, and they have the ability to deal with families in a more caring manner. Not that men can't, but I think that they add something to that maybe men don't have.
Interesting. Now, tell us about the course.
The course is a 2-year program.
Mm-hmm.
We prepare the students to be a funeral director and an embalmer. We teach courses such as the sciences, microbiology, pathology, chemistry, embalming, restorative art. And then the soft side of courses we teach are like funeral directing and merchandising and funeral home management and dynamics of grief management. So it's a very broad curriculum.
It sounds like a science almost.
You need to be heavy in the science. Yeah, that's one of the areas that I think is needed to be a strong student in the sciences.
So it's not just coffins and burials.
No, it's not. No, it's. I always say that the funeral is for the family.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the deceased is a small percentage of what we do. It's more dealing with the families on a day-to-day operation that we can really focus on the important part of funeral service.
So I'm a student that's interested in it. What's going to happen at my enrollment in the first 6 months?
In the first 6 months, we require, before you can enter into the program, you have to do 40 hours of shadowing at a funeral home. That's to make sure that the student is interested in what they are going to find in the reality of the funeral profession. And then we require 3 character references, a narrative about why they're interested in funeral service. And then the first semester is primarily general studies. Then the very first course they'll take in funeral service is history and sociology of funeral service. And then after that first semester, then we get into more of the nuts and bolts of the courses for funeral service.
It sounds more in depth than I even thought it could be.
It is. It's a 74-hour credit,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a pretty rigorous program.
And how long does this take?
2 years.
2 years?
Yes, 4 semesters.
And you actually have to be in a funeral home before you would take the class, just to make sure.
Yes, we prefer the student do the shadowing to make sure that it's really what they want to do. I want them to see the reality of what funeral service is. It's not a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 job. A lot of people think that you can dress in a nice suit and drive a nice car, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot more to it than that. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people are not aware of.
Give me some ideas of behind the scenes.
It's not uncommon to be, especially in a busy funeral home, to maybe be juggling 2 or 3 arrangements at the same time, having to embalm, make arrangements, take funerals out to the church or the cemetery. So it takes a lot of tasks-oriented type of work. So you need to really be flexible and willing to get in there and give it your all.
So what kind of mental state does that student have to be in?
They have to be pretty mature. And I think that's, anytime you're talking about death, I think we need that maturity level. Because people just don't always deal with death in the same way. And so it's an honorable profession. It really is good for people that want to help others get through the grieving process.
So once again, more women are enrolling than men.
More women are enrolling than men. Right now, in our graduating class, we have 2 men,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, and the rest are women.
Wow. Now, do you work with any of the funeral homes here in St. Louis?
We do. We work with several funeral homes. We go as far out as Wentzville, Cedar Hill, DeSoto, St. Louis region area, St. Charles. So we cover a pretty broad area. So we have a lot of funeral homes that are working with us. And if we didn't have them, we would be in a world of hurt.
Is this happening at other campuses, the other like Merrimack or Flo Valley or out in Wildwood?
No.
It's right here at Forest
Our
Park.
program is only here on the Forest Park campus. And by the way, we're the only program in the state of Missouri.
Wow. Okay, guys, we're wrapping this up in the series here at Forest Park Community College. We're looking to go to Wildwood, hopefully to Merrimack and Flo Valley. Thank you again for your time today. It has been interesting. I thought, you know what, I never thought of that. That's very interesting. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you.